is still awful unless you do this. I'm actually interested because I haven't played the DLC yet and I plan to.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantic.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Cyberpunk 2077 released 3 years ago in a state that can only be described as tragic.
I played it day one. I enjoyed the glitches. I did complain a lot, but we went through it all. Through it all.
To use a random simile, it's like they promised to build the greatest, best wall that this country has ever seen. Painted on like the Sistine Chapel, completed with bay windows and golden pikes. Marketed on how much this wall was going to be a different experience for every person that saw it. But on the day it was released and revealed, we got a gray wall with a bunch of holes in it. And that made gamers furious. They were done with CG Projekt. How could the company that made Witcher 3 and Witcher 3 betray them like this? Flash forward 2 years later, and Studio Trigger makes a fantastic anime about the gray wall with holes in it. Oh boy, it's one that's even more depressing than the original gray wall. So depressing, people had to take 2 Zolofts so that they could make it to the end.
Guys, do you see the poster in the back? This poster? Did you see the Beetlejuice edit of this one? It's hilarious.
So depressing, people had to take 2 Zolofts so they could make it to the end. So depressing, it gave motherfuckers the audacity to say things like, you know what? I always liked that wall. It was never bad. It never got taken off the PlayStation Store because it looked like fucking Wallace and Gromit. You were just a bandwagon hater. You're a paid crisis actor and I fucking hate you. Calm your tits and take a pamphlet. Anyways, with that, the positive reviews came flooding in like Katrina. Then flash forward 1 more year later and all the holes got fixed. The paint was redone, and it's definitely not a broken wall any longer. Now it's just a good old-fashioned gray wall. Functional, but unremarkable. Serviceable, but generic. And a little scuff.
Don't forget, the game is fixed.
Or in today's industry, what many
Her
call
head
the
popped out of her
honorary
body.
baby.
The game is fixed.
I tried playing this DLC. It's not that I didn't. I tried harder than many people. But after an action-packed ass blast and nope.
The game is fixed.
But it was just a 10-minute talkathon after a 10-minute talkathon. Out here like Dr. Phil consoling broads on all their problems. All while I stand off to the side like a kid when their mom runs into her best friend at Walmart. They still pretend it's an RPG by giving me 3 ways to the same answer when the only surprise element in this
Can't with these memes he's using. Look at this one.
The only surprise element in this conversation is if it's gonna give me narcolepsy. It's the most boilerplate action thriller that I've ever seen, down to the very last detail of Idris Elba standing in his trench coat in a dark room.
That's Arnold, small-headed Arnold.
He talks about how he does all of this for his country. Fuck yeah! I'd let you listen to the OG, but you know what? I'm a big fan of the
this is the thing. They're trying to make DLCs, and like in RPG games, they try to make the story really important. So there is a lot of dragging and a lot of talking, which I personally really dislike. I like a good story, but I like it short as well.
Zoid Deluxe cut instead. Take a peek.
Is that enough?
That's what she said.
To get us a fresh start.
No, Doc. No way. Sworn oath to a special
Action,
lady.
come on.
Your wife?
No. Lady Liberty. She taught me that winners don't use drugs.
And listen, nothing wrong with cheesy spy thrillers, but I showed up to my video game with the intention to play it, not drive around with Idris Elba making small talk.
I only ever risk so much. Sometimes it's just safer to shove the barrel of the DeLorean between the trooper's ribs, even if he is on it.
Well then, fuck you, Idris Elba. I was just trying to jam out. As we drive to the next meeting with an old acquaintance of Idris Elba that has some deep-seated beef with that he has to put behind for one mission because there's a WMD at large and the world is at stake. Followed by another meeting with an old acquaintance of Idris Elba that he has some deep-seated beef with that she has to put behind for one mission because there's a WMD at large and the world is at stake. Are we sure that the WMD is real, or did America just find oil in Dog City? Oh! Again, I love James Bond movies, but this ain't that.
Since you're here, would you mind giving me something to put on?
brother.
For one, budget cuts. And before you go whinging on about Pan Am, she ain't here, pimp, so stop simping. She isn't even in the new Pan Am ending that they added. They replaced her with distilled depression, much like every other goddamn ending in this game. But you want to know what you do have instead? Sorry, my bad. Madam President, who you are assigned to save and then end up writing bitch to. And thank God, because I mean, where would I be without Madam President's help?
Drone on your left.
Well, Crash, what gave it away? The game is completely set on making her look like the hardest bad.
Crap, what gave it away? Oh no, man. And I love how stealthy they are, like so silent, as if it's like a small thing buzzing and only hearing the sound of a mosquito next room.
Ass around. And it's not that I don't get why they do this, right? They really want to sell the whole "you're the newbie here" shtick. But you know the problem is, I'm the motherfucking man, pimp. You're gonna have a real hard time selling me on your ludicrous narrative dissonance when in regular gameplay I'm redefining friendly fire. And when I'm doing this 20 times an hour, it's hard to go back to this.
1, 2.
Hey, mommy, can you check under the bed too?
Then on top of all that,
Imagine actually letting the president go first through a door that you don't even know it's safe. Where is the logic in that?
you're gonna send me to go see Mr. Hands? Fuck all that, I ain't into all that.
He's
Now
a
then add on
badass.
to that, there's the gameplay. Play this game like any other Bethesda game and you'll be disappointed. Scrub Daddy doesn't make sponges this spongy. Everybody is just another box ticked instead of another chance to feel the rush. It's like chewing through a piece of tough jerky.
Actually-
like chewing through a well-done steak. Like chewing through chewing gum.
Yeah, I don't understand this part truly. Like, how many bullets do they need to die?
Unless you have the FLEEKAZOID roided up rage build. Heavy?
Max Tech
heavy?
ain't
You ain't
shit.
know what heavy is, motherfucker! I'm an American! You didn't think I was gonna leave you hanging, did you? Come on, pimp! Oh, Stunlock! Oh, he doesn't even fucking know what day it is! What fucking day is it?
The game is fixed.
This update 2.0 is fantastic if you rock this build to the T. This build...
Alright, I'm gonna literally take that build. Can you copy that build for me? Let's see this.
This...
So we are spending most of our points on the body. Hell yeah. Some in technical abilities and just then in reflex.
build
Alright.
to the T. This build is a close range specialist build that is all jibs all the time.
All body.
Pimp slap 'em. Pipe up. His name was Mike Hacker. 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 He's terrible. Play catch with the law. We got buckshot for blasting and a revolver for casting motherfuckers into a one-part play at Heaven's Gate. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Gun. So strap on your Nike decades and start throwing some motherfuckers onto the mothership. This build is one that cannot be stopped.
How can you literally say that this game is trash after this 1 minute of edit? This is so epic. It is so cool.
The game is fixed.
Quit doing all that boring
It's just
shit.
bump
all that
their
waiting around
heads.
for nothing to happen shit. You want to avoid depression? You want to
they're headless.
have fun? You want to build your
Let's
own
go.
legend like
I
it
wanna-
says
I
on
want
the
this
box?
build.
Embrace the power fantasy of the muscle man build and only do side quests and gigs.
Not about to off an unarmed man, are you?
It's like a pure hit of the law.
So mean.
Then when you're tired of the power fantasy, when you're tired of playing the goddamn game, drop $30 on the DLC. Recline back in your lazy boy and let the movie play, pimp.
Get the fuck out of here, Frank. Oh, what you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna do, Frank? Huh? What you doing? You gonna shoot me in front of everybody? Huh?
Wait till people see this interview. Are you going to get mail?
Might get some female.
Many things.
Ha 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 ha. Funny. That is such a funny joke. Camille, you could get a female. Dad jokes. He should literally be in Yeah Matt TV.